Hi everyone, and welcome to today's TV4Education teacher training. My name's Abby and I'm going to be taking you through the basics of how to use TV4Education today. So this is a great session if you are a new user or if you are a current user and you're just wanting a refresher on how to use the system. So today we'll be going through all the different categories on TV4Education, all the different kinds of smart lessons that we have, how to search through TV4Education, how to save the videos on TV4Education, how to share those with your students, how to select your interest areas, as well as how to request with us and how to contact our team as well. So we start out on the TV4Education homepage. So the first thing I'll do is take you through all the different categories on the homepage. If at any point you have any questions for me throughout this live, just pop them in the chat window to my right and I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. So the very first category we have up here is recently added, which is all of the content that has been most recently added to TV4Education. So this is all content that has been requested by teachers from all different schools around the country, as well as content that has been added by our TV4Education research team based on the Australian curriculum. So you can scroll through like this, and if you want to see a bit more content, you click view all and you can scroll down and see all the most recently added content. All of the content that has a little CC mark, like this video here, will be recorded with closed captions. So if you have any hard of hearing students, students with English as their second language, or just want to improve literacy by turning the captions on for your students, all of that content will be marked with a CC. Everything that's not won't have a CC. You'll also be able to see all of the ratings. So obviously this is an MA program, so you'll know if you're a primary school teacher that that's not for you. And when you click on the videos, it will automatically play. It will automatically come up with all the information, all the different subjects and different categories that the video is marked as well as the channel that the program aired on, how long it is, and the date that it was uploaded. And you can scroll through and see all of the video if you want to. You can mute and unmute here, and you can make the video full screen. If you do like this video and you want to save it to your My Items, you just go to this little star icon here, it'll do a little swirl, and a little pop-up will come up saying that it has been added to your My Items. And I'll show you where to find that content later on. When you hover over on any of the items, it will play a short snippet from the video. It will play with sound, but because I've got the sound muted on my computer at the moment, there's no sound coming through. It will give you a little description, as well as the channel again, when it was uploaded. And in the case of a series, it will come up with the series number and the episode number as well. So that is the recently added tab. We'll go down to the next tab under that, which is Learning Tube. So Learning Tube consists of short educational videos, usually about 10 minutes to half an hour long maybe, that have been curated by our TV4Education team based on the Australian curriculum. So everything in here will be educational, it will be based on the curriculum, and it will be short. So you won't have any 2-hour videos in here. And just like recently added, you can scroll through like this, or you can click view all and see all of the content. So the next two TV4Education categories we have are documentaries and movies. So these are categories because they're the most frequent requested content by our teachers, so above TV series and news programs and so on. So they have their own categories. So if you just want to search through documentaries, you just scroll through like this, same with movies, or you can click the view all as well. So you click view all, you want to see all the movies. We have a lot of Foxtel movies on here. We also have a lot of SBS World Movies, which consists of a lot of foreign films. So we have a lot of teachers requesting from that channel. So if you see a movie that you think would be interesting, like this one, The High Note, you can click on it, all the information will come up, and you can see that it's been marked as music because it's a film that has themes of music in it. And if you're a music teacher and you want to see content that is just based around music, you can just click music here, and it will show you all of the content that has been marked as music related. So like the Eurovision videos here that recently happened, they're all marked as music, and so on and so forth. So that is the documentaries and the movies tabs. So we'll scroll down here, and the next videos that we have are video categories that we have are curated YouTube and just normal YouTube as well. So the difference here is that YouTube just consists of all the content that's currently available on YouTube for you to search through, whereas curated YouTube is the same, but it is all videos that have been curated by our TV4Education team. So they are educational and based on the curriculum. So there won't be anything inappropriate in there, or there won't be anything that's not educational. So you can also click this tab up here to go to the curated and normal YouTube as well, and you can search through them this way. They work just the same as the TV4Ed does. You click on them, they automatically play. You can click the information button to get more information. You click the star here to get it to save to your items, and you can scroll through like so, make it full screen, etc., etc. You've also got the YouTube buttons. So this button down here, if it's available with captions on YouTube, you can click it and it will add and take away the captions for you. You can click the settings to adjust the playback speed, quality, annotations, etc. You can also add it to your watch later on YouTube. So I'm signed in as Functional Solutions right now. So if I clicked this button, it would save it to my watch later on that YouTube account. You can also share it and so forth. All of our YouTube videos play from a blank screen, so that means that your students, if you're playing it in class, won't be able to see any comments. There won't be any ads that play before and during the video, which means your students won't be distracted and there won't be any inappropriate comments for them to see. This works the same if you share this video with your students. It will play from a blank screen. They won't be able to see the comments or the ads. So you can, if you're in this YouTube tab here, you can, just like you would with TV4Education or the lessons, which I'll show you in a minute, search through YouTube if you click this YouTube tab. So no TV4Ed content will come up, just the YouTube. So we clicked on the yellow wallpaper Crash Course Literature before, so we can search for Crash Course Literature if you want to see all of the Crash Course Literature videos currently available on YouTube. So it will come up with curated YouTube, as well as normal YouTube as well, if there's any episodes that for whatever reason aren't available on curated YouTube. With this series, I believe they would all be available on curated YouTube, as it is an educational series, but just in case they aren't, you can go to normal YouTube as well and find all the ones that haven't been added to curated YouTube. The next category we have is lessons. So you click lessons here, and it will come up with all the lessons. And because we've got Crash Course Literature typed in here, it's showing us all the Crash Course Literature content in lessons. So if we get rid of that, it will show us all of the lessons content. So the smart lessons we have 3 different types of smart lessons, and they're all color coded, so you know which smart lesson is which. So the green one here, this means it's a video lesson. So if you click on it, all the information will come up. If you want to add it to your library, you just click here and it will add it to your library as well. So the video lessons consist of about 5 TV4Education videos, maybe YouTube videos as well, along with say 5 to 10 questions relating to those videos. So if in one of the documentaries in this video lesson, someone says something about how much gold was mined in Ballarat in a specific year, if your students are paying attention to that in class, they can go to the multiple choice question in the worksheet that goes along with the video lesson, and they can click the right answer. All of the questions are multiple choice questions, yes or no questions, or missing word questions. So these are all either topics requested by teachers that use TV4Education, or they are extra smart lessons added by our TV4Education research team based on current topics in the Australian curriculum. The second type of smart lesson we have is the blue ones here. So the blue ones are resource lists. So these won't have any questions with them. They'll just be links to all different kinds of resources. So TV4Ed videos, YouTube videos, links to articles, PDF files, smart study guides, so on and so forth. So if you don't want any questions, you're just looking for some resources on a specific topic that you are teaching your students currently, the resource lists are the way to go, and those are the ones with the blue covers. So this one will be all on food safety and no other content, just food safety content. The last type of smart lesson that we have is the study guides. So these purple ones here are the study guides. So these consist of the particular program that the study guide is based on. In this case, it's a documentary, so it will have a copy of this documentary in it that will link to the TV4Ed, as well as a PDF file of the Atom study guide from the Australian curriculum that you can either have up on your computer or print if you're a teacher that likes to teach through study guides. So those three are the three kinds of smart lessons we have. I'll show you how to find them in your items later, the ones that we saved, and how to get into those smart lessons. So you can also search through subjects on TV4Ed. So like before, I showed you the film we clicked on that was marked as music, and we clicked the music category and it came up with all of the content that's marked as music on TV4Education. So you can do that here if you know the subject and you're not looking at any particular videos, you can just search through here. So you're a music teacher, you would click the arts and you would click music and it would show you all the music content. So you can also do that by genre. So let's say you just wanted to show TV series, you would click TV series, just wanted to show sport, you'd click sport, you just wanted to show documentaries, so on and so forth. So that's a great way for you, if you're not looking for anything particular, for you to tailor it to what you're looking for. And an even better way to tailor the content to what you're looking for is to submit your interest areas. So when you first log into TV4Education, if you're a new user, this pop-up will come up on your screen. And it's just asking you to register your interest areas with us. So what this does is when you search through TV4Education, it will tailor it to the interest areas that you have selected. So it won't show you anything that isn't relevant to you. So as you can see here, we've selected English and languages and secondary. So if you're a secondary school teacher, you'd select secondary. If you're a primary school, you'd select primary. So let's say you don't want any languages content, you can click off that. You can click on the arts and it will change the interest areas for you. You don't need to save anything, it saves automatically as you click on and off. So once you're done, you're happy with the interest areas, you just click close, and then once you search through TV4Ed, it will tailor it to you. Once you have selected your interest areas, that pop-up will no longer come up when you log in. But if you do want to change your interest areas, you just go to interests and you can change them as many times as you want, as frequently as you want. So that's all the categories that I have to show you that are available on TV4Ed. If anyone has any questions about that, pop them in the chat window to my right and I'll get to them. But in the meantime, I will now show you how to find the content that we just saved. So to find all the content you've saved on TV4Education, you go to My Items up here. You click My Items and you can scroll through all the different items that you have added to TV4Education. So these little bars here, they're all popped up at the moment, meaning that it's showing all of the content we've saved. Let's say you just want to see the YouTube content we've saved. You can click off all of the others, and this is now just going to show you all the YouTube content that you've saved. And you can do the same with the TV4Ed content. You can click off that and then just say, I just want lessons. So that's a way to sort of search through your content a bit easier if you want to. So with this lesson we saved from before, if we click on it, it will now actually take us to the lesson so we can see all the videos and the questions that go along with the videos as well. And if you want to watch the film that we saved from before, you can click on it, and just like TV4Ed works the same, it will automatically play full screen. You can get out of the full screen, you can scroll through, so on and so forth. So when you save something to your My Items, it will automatically save it to your school collection as well. So you can go to your school collection, and the difference between this is that the My Items is all items that you've saved personally, whereas the school collection is all different items that all the teachers and staff in your school have saved. So if you want to see any of the content that your fellow teachers are teaching, you can go to your school collection and have a look through, and it works the same. Click on it, automatically plays, so on and so forth. And you can also search through this as well. So you want to see if any other teachers are teaching any films or books or whatever it is, you can search through there. So that is the My Items and the school collection. You now want to know how to share the content that you've saved on TV4Education with your students. So let's say this documentary here, you want your students to watch it. You don't want to show it in class, you want them to watch it over the weekend. You've got an outcome on it on Monday, so you want them to watch it before then. So you can click share, which means the students can watch this at home or in their study periods if they want to. Let's say you're teaching this to Year 11s and 12s. Make sure you click the lowest possible class grade that you want to share it to. If I just click Year 12, that means only Year 12s can see this, no one below, so the Year 11s won't be able to see this. Whereas if you click Year 11, that means the Year 11s and upwards can see it. So both the Year 11s and 12s can see this video now. And so on with every class grade. If you want the whole school to see it, you click Year 7, everyone above Year 7 can see it. Obviously you wouldn't with this video because it is an MA rated video. So you would only show it to BCE students. Now the link expiry, as I said, their outcome is on the Monday. So today's the 27th. The Monday is on the 31st, so you would click the 31st. So this means they can't access this program after that date. So if they haven't done their homework like you've asked them to, they can't see it after that date. They can only see it in the time that you've allowed them to see it. This will automatically provide the share link for you to give to your students, as well as an embed code if you want to embed it into your learning management system as well. It also gives you a QR code if you would like to share it that way as well. So that's how to share the content, how to save the content to your TV4Ed, and then how to share that content with your students if you want to. If anyone has any questions, pop them in the chat window to my right, and I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. So now we've gone through the My Items school collection and how to share with your students. I'll go through how to request content with us. So before you request anything, make sure to have a look in TV4Education first. This is really important because we may already have the content you're looking for, and if you find it yourself, you can immediately add it to your items, you can immediately share it with your students, or you can immediately play it in class if you're already in class. Whereas if you request it with us, you'll have to wait for us to get the request and then respond to you, which can take about 48 hours. So make sure to have a look first so you can get the content as quickly as you can. Even if it's something you wouldn't think would be educational, always have a look because a lot of different teachers are teaching the same content as you using the same resources. So you would be surprised what has been requested before by teachers. So let's say you think the film Aliens, you want to show this to your Year 11 media students. I actually studied this in Year 11 media myself when I was at school. So you want to see if you can show it to them. Have a scroll through and you'll be able to find it yourself. I believe I saved this to my items before. So we'll go to my items and there it is there. So you might not think this would be educational, so we wouldn't have it, but always have a look first because a lot of teachers request the same programs and a lot of them don't think that the programs will be classified as educational, but there are a lot of teachers teaching the same thing. So always have a look first, because if you find this program, you can immediately save it, share it with your students, play it to your classroom, and you don't have to wait for us to get back to you just to say, oh, we actually already have this program, here it is for you. So always have a look first before you request anything. So if you've had a look through TV4Ed and you can't find the content that you're after, then feel free to put in a request with us. So go up to this little tab up here in the top left, click it, go to Mailbox, and it will show you all the different types of mail in your mailbox. Now make sure to go to TV4Ed requests. Don't put in a support ticket because that's the wrong category. It will direct you to our support team and not to our TV4Ed team. So make sure you click TV4Ed requests and you'll be able to request with us that way. You can see all of the previous requests that you have made. So all the ones marked completed means that you've already got the program, so you can play it from here and then add it to your My Items from here. everything that says assigned, which means it's been assigned to one of our team and it'll be available in 48 hours. This one says scheduled, which means it has scheduling has been made for it and it's ready to record once it does air. If it says new, it means we haven't quite got to it yet. If it says named, it means it's been edited and it's currently uploading. So you'll be able to keep track of that through here, and you can click on them and you can see all the messages that have been sent. So you'll get a message once it's been scheduled, once it's been assigned, edited, so on and so forth. So you can always click on them and see where your request is up to. You can type a message to us if there's anything you want to add or ask us, and then click the little plane here and that will send us a message and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So I'll take you now how to make a new request. If no one has any questions on how to look through your previous requests, you click make a request here and it will show you the 3 different requests. Make sure that you always request in the correct category. This makes sure it's all correct on our system. It makes it easier for us, which means you will get the program quicker. So make sure to always put the requests in the correct category. So free-to-air request, there's something airing on ABC. That means that's a free-to-air channel. You would click free-to-air request and it comes up with all of the different channels that you can request from. If you see a channel on here, if you don't see the channel you want to request from on here, just select another channel. We always check the times, the channels, the air dates, etc., to make sure we get the correct program to you. So don't stress out if you make a mistake or if you don't see the channel you want. You can always let us know in that little chat bar I just showed you before. But even if you don't, we will make sure to get the correct program to you. So let's say ABC program, you would click the ABC logo and it will come up with this little section here. So make sure you fill this out to the best of your ability. The more accurate it is, the easier it is on us and our system, and the quicker you will get the program. So let's say everything with this little star here, this little red star, means you have to fill it out. The season and episode obviously doesn't have that, because if you're requesting a film, it doesn't have a season and episode number. So a current series that's airing on ABC is Love on the Spectrum. So in the title, you would type Love on the Spectrum in here. I think their episode 2 aired last night. So you'd put series 2, episode 2, and then it airs on Wednesdays. So I click Wednesday. So we hold all of our free-to-air files for the last 90 days. So if your program has been aired within the last 3 months, we will be guaranteed to be able to get it to you. If it has aired before that time, don't worry, request it with us anyway. We'll do our best to get it to you, and a lot of the times we probably still can. Just know to be guaranteed the program, request it within that 3-month time period. And you can request anything in the future as well. So if something's airing next week, you just select next week's date and we'll get it to you once it airs. So this program airs at 8 p.m. So make sure, this is in 24-hour time. So if it's airing at 8 p.m., don't click 8 because that will set it for 8 a.m. in our system. Make sure you click 20, which will set it for 8 p.m. If you do get that wrong, there's no stress. As I said, we always check. We'll still get it to you. And you can always let us know in that little chat bar that I showed you before. The duration, it goes for about 60 minutes. So you just type that in there. And then the last thing to do is to tick this little box if you want it recorded with captions. If you've got hard of hearing students or students with English as their second language, or if you just want the captions on to improve literacy, click this little box. If it is available with captions, we'll make sure to record it with captions for you. The vast majority of the things on free-to-air and Foxtel are available with captions, so that means we'll get it to you with captions. If it isn't, which is quite rare these days, we'll just let you know this program isn't available with captions. Here's the program without captions. We've added it to our recording list so that once captions become available, we can record it with captions for you. And we check that list daily so that as soon as anything airs that we couldn't previously get, or if it's available with captions when it wasn't previously, we can get it to you as soon as possible. But as I said, most things on free-to-air and Foxtel are available with captions, so don't stress too much. Once you've done all that, click submit. You'll get all the information here, so you can have a look and say, yes, I've done everything correctly. If you've accidentally put episode 1 instead of episode 2, you can just let us know down here. Say, oh, actually I meant episode 1, or whatever the issue is. And as we are going through your request, you will get little messages from us. So once it's been assigned, a little message will say, hey, this has been assigned. It'll be available in 48 hours. You get a message when it's been scheduled, when it's been edited, when it's been uploaded, and then it will come up once it's available for you to play or add to your items. So that's how to make a free-to-air request. Let me know if you have any questions. Next, I'll go into how to make a Foxtel request, which is very similar. It's just some different requirements. So click Premium Channels for if you're wanting to request from a Foxtel channel. And once again, it will give you a list of channels. Again, if you don't see the channel that you're wanting to request from, don't stress. Pick a similar channel, we'll still get it for you. So let's say you want a movie from Premiere Movies. You click Premiere Movies. A film that's currently airing on Premiere Movies is Unhinged. So I type Unhinged up here, if I can spell it correctly. And this pop-up is the same as the free-to-air one. It's just for a different channel because it's from Foxtel. Obviously, you don't need to put the season and episode numbers in as this is the film. It doesn't have them. And then you just add start date and the time as you previously did. So 21, it's airing at 9 o'clock. You'd put 21:00 in. Please note that with our Foxtel requests, it is required that you let us put the request in 48 hours beforehand. So if this was airing on 9 p.m. on Wednesday, you would need to submit this request to us 9 p.m. the previous Monday. If you are under this time range, don't stress, still request with us. We'll still do our best to get this program to you, and we can always reschedule it or anything like that. But just know, to be guaranteed the program, it needs 48 hours notice. So just like before, put 120 in, that's how long it goes for. I don't want it with captions, and then I can just click submit. And it's submitted my request. It comes up with this again, letting me know all the details and the chat box if I want to add anything extra. Now, because I haven't done this within the 48-hour time frame, it's just letting me know. If you get this message, don't stress too much. As I said, we'll still do our best to get it to you. We can always reschedule it or get it another way. If you see that it is available, let's say on Saturday instead of Friday as I requested it, you can we will reschedule it for you. There's no need to put in another request because we can always move this request to the later date. If you just want to let us know and say, oh, this is available on Saturday as well, if you can't get it, you can do that in this little chat bubble. But don't feel the need to put in another request. We'll just push this request back and then get it for you once it airs again if we can't get it on the day you requested it because it was under the 48 hours. So that's how to make a free-to-air and a Foxtel request. Those are both fairly similar. Doesn't look like I have any questions. So we'll go on to the third request, which is quite different from the first two. So the third one is a topic request. So a topic request isn't if you're requesting a specific video or program or whatever. It's for if you want us to make maybe a smart lesson for you, or you just want a range of videos on a specific topic. So let's say before we found that video on the yellow wallpaper from Crash Course Literature. Maybe you want us to make a smart lesson for you based on that. You can request a smart lesson and request we put however many questions with that smart lesson, or you can just say, oh, I saw this video on the yellow wallpaper, can you give me some other videos on the yellow wallpaper? And we'll give you a range of TV4Ed and YouTube videos. Or if you request a resource list, we'll give you a resource list. If you request a study guide, we'll give you a study guide. If you request a video lesson, we'll give you a video lesson. So when you click on it, it looks a bit different to the other two, but it's the same, vaguely the same, so it shouldn't be too confusing. The little red star is the categories that you have to put in to submit the request. So I'll take you through how to fill in all of these. So the target age group, let's say you're teaching it to your Year 12 VCE students. You can put in the target age group their age, which for Year 12s would be 17 to 18. And you can also put in their year level. So in this case, I'll put in Year 12, and then I can put VCE in as well, just to specify they are VCE students and not Year 12 VCAL students, let's say. The curriculum code, if you have the Australian curriculum up on your screen and you've got the curriculum code that you're teaching, you can copy and paste it in there to be a bit more detailed so we can get the correct content for you. This isn't necessary by any means, but if you happen to have it, you can pop it in there, and then that means we'll be able to get more specific videos for you maybe. So for the subject, as I said, you're teaching literature, BCE literature. And then in the lesson aims, you can just put analyze short novella. So that's just whatever the purpose of these videos would be to teach your students. And then in the additional information, you can be as detailed as you want. The more detailed you are, the easier it will be for us. We'll be able to get it to you quicker with more specific content. So you can say crash course literature on the yellow wallpaper. And then you can say, let's say 5 multiple choice questions, please. And then you can always say any other videos would also be appreciated. Looks like I can't spell today. That's all right. We've got handy spell checker for us. So that will give us all the information we need so we can get this smart lesson to you with all the questions and the videos that you want. So just click submit, and as I said, it will come up here, and then it will let you know when it's been assigned, and then once we've made the lesson for you, it'll send it to you in here, and you'll be able to add it to your items and then give it to your students. If there's any extra information that you see afterwards, you can type it in here. You can also say, oh, I also saw this other documentary on TV4Ed. Can you add this to the lesson as well? And also give me some more questions with that. You can type that in there and then send it here as well. So that's how to make a normal topic request. Shoot me any questions if you have them. In the meantime, I'll show you how to do another type of topic request. So this is only for if there's no other way to request a video that you want. So you can use it to, if there's a video you want, you can't request it through free-to-air or Foxtel because it isn't airing on free-to-air or Foxtel currently or in the future, and it hasn't aired on free-to-air in the last 90 days. So you can't request it through those. You can request it through a topic request if you still want to check with us if we're able to get it for you. Make sure you only do that for this kind of content. If it is something that's airing on free-to-air or Foxtel in the future, please submit them in the correct categories. It makes it easier for us, easier for our system, and it gets the programs to you much, much quicker. So only do topic requests in this specific case. So in this case, you would go to topic request, you'd fill in all the information as you normally would, you'd put the subject in that you're teaching. You don't need to put all the other things in, you can just say, write, in the subject line, you can just write the film that you're after, the title of it, and then in the additional information, you can give us the year, when and if you know the channel it aired on, if you know who produced it, so on and so forth. And that way we can have a look and see if we are able to get it for you. And if we are, we'll get it to you as quickly as we can. But if we aren't, we'll let you know, oh, hey, we can't get this currently. It hasn't aired on free-to-air or Foxtel recently. We aren't able to get it to you. But we've added it to our recording list. So we'll add it to our recording list. We check that daily. If we see, oh, in 2 months, 2 months down the road, we see, oh, it's airing. We'll go to the recording list, see who requested it, what their request number is, and we'll be able to send it to you later on when it does actually air. Make sure you only, as I said, do this for those kinds of programs. If they're airing on free-to-air or Foxtel, make sure you submit it through the free-to-air and Foxtel requests. Make sure you get the programs as quick as we can possibly get them to you. So that's how to do the different kinds of requests. We went through free-to-air, Foxtel, and the 2 kinds of topic requests. Shoot me any questions that you have about that because this is the last category before I sign off. So that's all in this TV4Education teacher training right now. So today we've gone through all the different categories on TV4Education, how to search through them, how to save the content to your My Items and School collection, how to share that with your students, and how to select your interest areas, how to search through subjects and curriculum codes, as well as how to make requests with us, and how to search through our smart lessons as well, and the 3 different kinds of smart lessons that we have. So if anyone has any questions about that before I head off, shoot them in the chat box to my right now before I head off so I can answer them. If you missed this session, or if you only got here halfway through, don't worry too much. If you go to our YouTube channel, which you're currently watching this on, you can see it will be uploaded later on, and you can watch the whole thing. You can also see all of our previous teacher trainings or our previous admin trainings or all of our previous videos on there, and you can watch through them that way. If you want to know when we're going live, subscribe to us and hit the little bell. That way you know when we're uploading a video and you know when we're going live. That way you don't come here halfway through and miss the live and miss the opportunity to ask me questions. So it looks like no one has any more questions for me. So I'll sign off now, and I'll see you in the next TV4Education teacher training, which will be next week. So I hope everyone has a good day. I hope you got a lot out of this session, and I'll see you next week. Bye everyone.